Happy New Year and welcome back to the Big Numbers. I hope you had a joyful holiday season and a restful break. Before we tackle a new stock market year, let's have a final look back on the highlights of 2025 on SIX Swiss Exchange and PME Exchange. I hope you're comfortable because we've got quite a lot to mention. Let's start with the astonishing performance of the Spanish blue chip index IBEX35. Over the course of 2025, it kept reaching new all-time highs, crossing the 16,000 and 17,000 marks for the first time. It ended the year at 17,308 points, an impressive performance of 49.3%. Just for comparison, last year it had already progressed 14.8%. This is almost what the SMI managed this year. With 14.4%, it still recorded a very impressive performance, and it also reached new all-time highs. In February, it passed 13,000 points for the first time, and then again in December, peaking at 13,289 points. Just before Christmas and ending the year at 13,267.5 points. If you look at the trading activity, both exchanges recorded double-digit growth. In Switzerland, turnover was up 13% and in Spain 24%. Overall, turnover reached over 1,627 billion Swiss francs. The biggest increase was seen in the ETF segment, up 46.7%. With a turnover of 124.3 billion Swiss francs, it almost surpassed the record of 2019 at 124.7 billion. In terms of transactions, SIX saw an increase across both markets to reach a total of 84.8 million. Activity in Switzerland was up by 10%, while 7% more trades were carried out in Spain. Once again, ETFs in Switzerland saw the biggest increase with 36%, reaching a new record of 3.4 million trades, while in Spain, securitized derivatives made the biggest jump, up 33%. If we look at our non-displayed trading offerings, we saw Swiss Admit ranking first in terms of dark LIS market share in June, with 23%. On BME, having launched Spain Admit in December 2024, activity has been picking up, establishing new records throughout the year. A significant contribution to the success of our ETF segment was made by Quote on Demand, or QOD, where new records were reached as well. Our RFQ trading service saw a turnover of 1.8 billion Swiss francs and 47,000 trades in October. The largest daily turnover was recorded on the 15th of December with 197 million traded, 60% more than the previous record, while the largest single QD trade was 20.9 million Swiss francs. Let's now look at the listing space, where SIX also had a very successful year. In total, we had 20 listings across Switzerland and Spain. 6 on the main markets, 3 in each country, plus 14 on the growth markets of BME. On SIX Swiss Exchange, the main market listings included Bioversis, Amrise, and SMG Swiss Marketplace Group, which was at the time in September the largest IPO in Europe in terms of transaction size. In Spain, the 3 companies that listed on the main market were HBX Group, Isertis, and Cirsa Enterprises. Fresh capital was also raised via bonds, where we had all-time highs in Switzerland with 558 listings and a volume of 124 billion Swiss francs. In Spain, the volume of corporate debt issues increased by 52% to exceed 79 billion euros. If we look at product listings in 2025, of course, a big year for the ETFs. We celebrated their 25th anniversary on SIX Swiss Exchange, and our issuers gifted us with so many new products that in June we already reached a milestone of 2,000 ETFs. At year end, investors could choose from almost 2,100 products, with a record of 307 ETFs having been listed over the course of the year. We had no less than 7 new issuers joining us: Columbia, Threadneedle, Schroders, Axion, Waystone, Nordea, American Century Investments, and Janus Henderson Investors. Welcome and thank you. We look forward to adding new chapters to the ETF success story. We could also welcome 4 new clients who issued their ETPs with us: Leverage Shares, iShares, Value Digital Securities, and NXT Assets. All of them increased the choice of crypto ETPs on our market, which reached 214. And last but not least, Swiss Prime-Side Solutions, Pure Funds, and Commonus listed their real estate investment funds on SIX Swiss Exchange. Still staying in Switzerland, the structured product segment had an amazing year in terms of listings. Although we had already reached new records in the 2 previous years, 2025 saw another 50% increase, hitting several milestones on the way. In April, we saw a record of new listings in a single month with 26,169. In August, we already surpassed the total of listings of the previous year, and at the end of November, the number of products available to investors peaked at 76,881. At year end, the new record of product listings reached 1,069 and 99 products. In Spain, it was the market of securitized derivatives that stood out. It saw the number of listings rise by 20% to reach over 7,600. In terms of turnover growth on MEF, stock options recorded a plus of 51% compared to 2024, reaching 1.8 billion euros, while the IBEX35 futures reached a turnover of 49 billion euros at year end. I would also like to mention Connexor, our reference data management platform. In 2025, it was used to issue around 3 million new products across various asset classes and regions. That's again surpassing the record of the previous year by 33%. Connexor supported the sourcing and distribution of more than 50 million product updates, and it's now used by more than 100 issuers in over 30 countries. In 2025, both SIX Swiss Exchange and BME Exchange have made efforts to facilitate and increase the participation of retail investors on our markets. One of the main measures has been to extend trading hours. In Switzerland, structured products can now be traded from 8 in the morning until 9:45 in the evening, and on BME Exchange, IBEX35 futures can now be traded from 8 in the morning until 10 in the evening. After less than a month, we have already seen a positive effect on peak days. In Switzerland, for example, over 20% of turnover and trades in leveraged product trading have taken place during the new extended time frame. Additional retail-oriented measures included the relaunch of the sponsored foreign share segment in Switzerland and the launch of European-style stock options in Spain. And we are planning further measures for 2026. Another highlight of 2025, which will shape the future, is the acquisition of Acquis, which SIX completed last year, along with selecting its Equinox technology to underpin our future trading platforms in Switzerland and Spain as well. I'm sure this has contributed to the industry awards that SIX has won last year. For example, we were named Outstanding Exchange Group at the Leaders in Trading Awards. It's the 4th time in the last 5 years that we have been distinguished at some of the industry's most relevant award ceremonies, and a nice recognition of our growing footprint in the European exchange landscape. Further awards include MEF, the Spanish derivatives market winning Exchange of the Year EMEA at the FOE International Awards, BME Trading Solutions winning Best Order Routing Network Operator at the Trading Tech Insight Awards, and Alex Roby being distinguished at the European Women in Finance Award in the category Excellence in Exchanges Trading Platform Equities. On this joyful note, I would like to conclude the review of 2025. Once again, I would like to thank you not only for watching, but for all the support you have shown our exchanges in the past year. Using our platforms to raise capital, to trade, to invest, and to launch product, so that we can be the financial heartbeat across European capital markets and beyond. Have a great start into the year, and see you in a month.